He is the pride of Tenafly, New Jersey, everybody. Right here on the Rich Eisen Show. Loved him for so many years in TV shows like The OC Damages, just fantastic. And then films Argo, Manchester by the Sea, and now in theaters near you, Rocketman. Good to see you, Tate Donovan. How are you, bud?
It's awesome to be here.
Thrilled to have you here. Truly.
You know, Ed Harris is from Tenafly, New Jersey.
Is that right?
Yeah, he played football with my brother.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So you've known Ed for a while? Or?
I was 10 when he was playing football.
Okay.
We didn't get into great conversations.
So is that the list of Tenafly, New Jersey notables?
Hope Davis, she's a great actress.
I do know that.
And Mia Sorvino.
Who knew?
Yeah, we all went to high school with
Did you
them.
really?
Yeah.
So when you were just hanging out in high school, did you go to the Sorvino household? Did you know Paul at all?
Yeah, I didn't know. Yeah, she was a little bit younger than I am.
A little bit younger than you.
But Hope Davis, I went to the Hope Davis household many times.
Many times.
My best friend dated her.
And you've lived to tell about it.
Yeah.
Lived to tell about it. Now, last time I saw you, sir, was in Atlanta, Georgia, where you were at the NFL Honors broadcast.
That was
show.
An awesome night.
You were right there.
Yeah.
So now
I was right behind you.
I know.
As a matter of fact. Yeah. I think you turned around and said, "Keep it down."
And you said down in front. I think that was pretty much our conversation. Right, yeah. What brought you to the NFL Honors that night?
Well, I did some voiceovers for the NFL and the Super Bowl, but what really brought me was I'm married to a woman who's from Wisconsin.
Yes.
And there are 3 people in the world that she wants to meet.
Okay.
Brett Favre.
Yes.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
And you.
That's not true.
That is so true. She is obsessed with your show.
Whoa.
She watches it all. I mean, it's. I'm cool with it. I'm cool.
Okay.
She watches your show every day. She loves your show.
Thank you.
And every day I'm like, I know that dude. I've met him many times.
You have met me many times.
I know. Yeah. He's awesome. And she's always like, well, then if he's such a good friend, how come you're not on his show? And here we are.
Now here we are.
You're saving our marriage.
I'm a uniter, Tate, not a
you
divider.
Are. You are.
You do realize, though, that when the sentence begins with Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, the third is usually like Bart Starr.
Right, yeah.
You realize, like, that's
Rest
the
in
way.
peace.
I know that exactly. That's usually the way that sentence ends.
Exactly.
So I am very honored.
You're in hallowed company.
But so then we checked that box because I met your wife that night.
I know. She's satisfied. She can live a happy life now.
That was a fun night, by the way.
That was an awesome night.
That was a great night.
So much fun.
Steve Harvey was hilarious as the host.
Was amazing.
Right? And then I love what they have done with the awards used to be, Tate. They used to be just announced on a Wednesday night, one by one. Like, Wednesday night, hey, guess who the coach of the year is? And it just would be released by the Associated Press. You either caught wind of it or not. Now it's just a whole big to-do.
Well, Maura Mant, you know her?
Yeah, of course.
She's fantastic. I mean, she's
Miss ESPY. She's Miss ESPY Awards, and now she's doing this as well.
That's where my wife first met Aaron Rodgers. She was like, "Can we get to the ESPYs? I want to meet Aaron Rodgers." And Aaron was so sweet to us, and he took a picture with us.
Right.
And my wife put it. It's our Christmas card.
Right.
Is a picture with Aaron Rodgers. So when we saw him,
second. It's like Merry Christmas from the Donovans.
Merry Christmas from us.
Yes.
And it's a picture of me, us, and Aaron Rodgers. So we tell him this at the NFL. I swear to God. I mean, this is the level of fandom that I live with every day. I didn't even care about football. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm not a huge football fan.
Right.
But now I am.
Of course.
Just to
now,
have something to talk about.
Are you interested in the Packers based on
total? Yeah, I'm
that
a total
alone?
Packers fan.
Okay. Has your wife met Favre? Has she completed the
Well, she met
trilogy?
Favre. Yeah, she met Favre that night.
That night.
Yeah, and the funny thing is that so we saw Aaron Rodgers again.
Yes.
And we said, hey, you're on our Christmas card, and he was like, no way. And I'm like, we are. And so we showed him the picture. And he was. I think he might have been a little weirded out. and he should be. I mean,
athletes of that stature have to be used to hearing things. I named my kid after you. I've done this or that, or my dog's name.
But a Christmas card, that's a little weird.
It's personal.
It is.
It's very, very personal when you say, hey, this is what we've done. This is the most important thing we've done all year. Just catching you up on what we've done as a family. Yeah. And it's Aaron Rodgers smiling back at you.
Usually it's like, kids doing well in school.
Or in Europe on the
I've
one
done
vacation.
some amazing movies, and films, television shows. No. It's Aaron Rodgers.
Well, that's a Packer fan for you, right?
That
there.
is a Packer
That's a Wisconsin Packer fan. So, Tate Donovan here on the Rich Eisen Show. So, growing up in New Jersey, there wasn't a Giant or a Jet or anybody or a Nick or somebody that is in New York that leapt out at you?
Yeah. I mean, I liked the Knicks and I liked the Jets a little bit more because I'm from New Jersey and
Sure.
the Giants are sort of Long Island or Manhattan kind of
Right.
thing. But I was always in love with the Lakers for some unknown reason. Wilt Chamberlain was playing then, and he was 7 feet, and I was like a kid, and you know how like kids love the tallest and
Yes,
biggest.
of course, yeah.
So I got into the Lakers, and then I went to USC where I met Grant Aslov, and Magic was playing for the Lakers then, and then I read about Kobe Bryant. He was a 17-year-old kid, and he spoke fluent Italian, and I was like, I love this kid.
Yeah, you love it. You were locked in right there.
So I've been locked in since I was 10 years old.
Well, I mean, and just to, I guess, circle back to that NFL Honors Night, Namath was there.
I know, yeah.
mean, and that, for me, that's...
Have you ever shook his hand?
I have. He's huge.
It's like a baseball mitt.
But you could see why he's got a great spiral. That like his... And I know this is going to sound weird, that I know the contours of the man's hand, but I'm a fan. Yeah. But it's like his index finger is the longest finger on his hand. And so that's how he can... I know you're looking at me weird right now.
No, I just told you that Aaron Rodgers is on our Christmas card. I mean, I understand the weirdness.
But here's the weirdness. On my wife and ours Hanukkah card, it's me and Namath.
Okay, yes.
No, I'm just kidding. That would be weird, dude. But no, I do know that it's just when I shake his hand, I'm like, wow, that's a very large hand.
I know.
He must be the MVP of Super Bowl III and the delight of my life.
Totally. Super Bowl III, man. It's the third finger that really did it.
Yes, it is. We can make it that. We can make it that. There he is right there. There's he is my childhood idol. That guy.
He was awesome.
It's Joe Namath, for sure. Tate Donovan here on the Rich Eisen Show. Let's talk about your movie. Rocketman. I am a diehard Elton John fan. You play the owner of the Troubadour here in Los Angeles, California, where Elton made his debut. What was it like going back in time and recreating the birth of Elton, if you will?
It was a blast. It was a total blast. First of all, I got to wear a wig, which I've never acted with a wig before.
Come on.
And I just sort of didn't want to act with a wig. I was like talking to the director. I was like, really, man? I mean, can I, I put that wig on, and it was like, oh, I know what I'm doing. It was so much fun. We had a blast. And Taron Egerton is, wait till you see his performance.
Right.
It is, he is at once, it's one of the fiercest performances I've ever seen, and also incredibly vulnerable. I think that's a surprising thing about this movie. Like, oh, I love Elton and his music, la la la, and he had troubles with drugs and stuff like that. But this movie is so surprising because you really, it's a very emotional film. It's really, it's great.
And Taron did all the singing in it too.
He did all the singing and piano playing.
Get out of here.
He's insanely talented.
Wow.
Insanely talented.
I could only imagine. The pressure of acting and portraying somebody.
Right.
Okay? Acting and portraying Elton John and then singing and playing the piano?
I know.
I don't know how you could pull something off like that.
And redoing all their songs, all of his songs. I mean, they switch the songs around and orchestrate it into the movie unbelievably beautifully. And Elton has been a champion of this film. I mean, he worked on the script and he just turned to Dexter Fletcher, who directed it, and just said it's a masterpiece. I mean, it's I'm
such a fan of Elton John's, and I was hoping somehow, some way, because he does live part of the year in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And he is an NFL fan. And I met him once because he was at the opening of a season in New England. Robert Kraft, the owner of the Patriots, has invited Elton John to perform at one of the, I don't know which of the many Super Bowl championship post-game celebrations. And I met him there. Oh, awesome. I was kind of like hoping somehow, some way that I would see him at the Super Bowl. But alas, that was not to be. No. You did all your own talking in the movie, right? You did all your...
No, I have a young boy who comes in and does it for me. Yeah. I can't be bothered to talk during a movie.
Well, I mean,
it's too much energy.
You were the voice of Hercules.
I was.
So
yes.
I know you've done some of your own voiceover.
So you know that I can speak.
Exactly. So
yes.
you did your own speaking work.
Yes.
I was just pointing that out for you. Let's do celebrity true or false with Tate Donovan here, where we've culled some aspects from certain articles in your IMDb page to see what's true and what's false.
Uh-oh.
Okay, here we go with Tate Donovan on the Rich Eisen Show.
Celebrity true or false?
You can't handle the truth.
Okay, that's a nice new animation right
Yeah,
there.
I like
well
that.
done.
Yeah.
Los
You can't
Angeles
handle
Pro-
the truth.
You
I like
there
it.
you go. Okay, so first up, can we get a little bit of music here, Mike Del Tufo, for Tate Donovan in Rocketman, right near in a theater near you. First up, you kept one of the wigs from Rocketman. You kept it. Is that a true story?
Unfortunately, false.
You did not.
I did not. I wish I did. Although it freaked my son out totally. He saw he came to the set and he was like, "Oh my God, take that off."
Are you serious?
Yeah, it freaked him out.
So you've never once in anything you've ever done
I know, right?
acted with a wig?
Yeah.
Because
And I've
every
done-
single show open that I've done for the Super Bowl on this show, I've worn a wig, I think.
Yeah, that's true.
We did a Smokey and the Bandit open for Georgia. I wore a wig. We did a Friday Night Lights open for our Super Bowl in Houston. I wore a wig. So I'm up.
I
up 2 to
wear
1
wigs,
now.
but only in the privacy of my own home.
That's
When
true.
we're watching
But I
the
don't know
Rich
if you're
Eisen
aware.
show.
I don't know if you're aware. I'm wearing a wig right now. Can you tell?
It's beautiful.
Thank you. It's lifelike, isn't
It really is. Yeah.
Second item up for bids right here in Celebrity True or False with Tate Donovan. You know how to play a number of instruments, including the fiddle and a bodhran, a handheld
Baron,
Pardon me.
That's okay.
Is this a true story?
That's totally true. Yeah. I played in a Irish pub for 4 years every Tuesday night. Surprised you didn't come and see me.
Excuse
Molly
me.
Malone's.
The Irish band, the MacGuffins.
That's there you go.
Now, is that a reference to Alfred Hitchcock?
It is.
Look at me.
It is.
Look at me right now.
Yeah, I know. You're a film buff.
I'm a film buff.
Do you know what a MacGuffin is?
I do. It's like
Okay,
it's
yeah.
something that you think should be paid attention to, but it's something that is completely.
No, that's a false herring. That's a red herring.
I thought that's what a MacGuffin
A
is.
MacGuffin is something that only lives in the world of the movie, and it doesn't exist. Like in Casablanca,
Yes.
the letters of transport that they were all
There's no
trying to
such
get.
thing.
There's no such thing as letter. Like
Well-
there would be letters that Nazi would be like, "Oh, you've got the letters of transport. You're right this way." You know,
Okay.
like.
So what was the MacGuffin in North by Northwest? If I just throw it out here to you, like this is
I don't
already
know.
in film
I
class
don't
right
know.
here.
Yeah, Christ. I didn't know you'd be pressuring me about.
Unfortunately, that's an F for you. You had no
failed.
idea you were graded. True or false? You participated in the New York Marathon in 2005 and finished sub 3.5 hours. Is that true?
Yes,
story?
that's totally true. Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
That is highly impressive.
Not really.
What are you talking about?
I had two brothers who ran the marathon their first time, and one of my brothers ran a 2:47 his first time. Mm-hmm. And I also had another brother who, after a couple of marathons, ran 2:28.
Okay.
So by the time I came around, albeit they were in their 30s, and I ran it when I was 44 or something like that.
Dude, you ran a 40.
Wow.
You ran a marathon at age 44 in 3.5 hours or less,
pretty
and
good.
you're like, that's not that big of a deal.
Well, in my family, it's no big deal.
In my family, that would I don't even know how to. My parents are watching, so they know we would never do something like that. Okay, and last one. One of your first feature films was with a very young Joaquin Phoenix, Kelly Preston, and Leah Thompson in the 1986 gem Space Camp. True or false?
It was a gem.
Great movie.
You
Really?
loved it, right?
Loved that movie as a kid. Made me want to go to space camp.
Kate Capshaw, right?
Kate Capshaw, yeah.
Yeah. I love
Amazing.
that, yeah. I
Yeah,
love that movie.
yeah. That movie was a giant bomb. I mean, it tanked because it came out like 3 months after the space shuttle exploded.
Oh my God!
Yeah, so no, only children could
I mean, I was
sit
6
through
at
it.
the time.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
You're like the
Yeah,
perfect age to like space camp.
Right.
Because anybody older than that was like, oh my gosh, that's
And your first on-screen credit, 1984, as Clancy in Family Ties. Is that true or false?
Wow, that's very true. You really do your research.
Well, you
Rich.
know what? We're buttoned up here. You know, your wife wouldn't want you on any just overnight, fly-by-night
That's
show.
true.
Tate.
I know she really cares for me.
So, was there any tension on the set of Family Ties, based on your recollection at all?
No, why? Why would there be?
I don't know.
Well, actually,
Just trying to stir it up.
I had never seen Family Ties when I got the job, and so I had like one line in it.
Yes.
And so we did this reading before we did reading the script.
Yes.
Michael J. Fox, who's a huge star.
Of course.
It was like the first year, but still, I should have seen the show and known who the stars were. And I was like, and he's like, "Hey man, how you doing? Welcome to the show. I'm Mike." And I was like, "Oh yeah, who do you play?"
Oh my God.
He just looked at me like, "You're such a."
Is that why you didn't get a gig in Back to the Future?
That's why I never worked with him again.
Hey, man, Rocketman is doing great in theaters near you. It was released just last week, and it is great to have you here. Come back anytime. Seriously.
Thanks for saving my marriage.
I was about to say hi to your wife for me, but I mean, you know.
Yeah, no.
But it's legitimate.
Say hi, Corey.
Okay. Hi, Corey. Thanks for sending your husband my way. It doesn't sound good at all. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, man.
Tate Donovan here on The Rich Eisen Show.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.